The ALJC of Rwanda has integrated a program known as Reforma into our ministerial training and ministry licensing requirements. Reforma is a set of 37 objectives which measure those characteristics of a biblically based ministry. The world desperately needs Christian leaders who know Scripture and can effectively and ethically serve the church. Reforma's objectives are globally recognized standards, providing quality assurance for national and local regulatory agencies and for church leadership. More information can be obtained at reforma.global. What this means to you is that if our Bachelor of Theology is approved by the HEC or not to serve as a pastor with the ALJC, you must have the endorsement of an ABC World Missions Training Center degree. Much of this degree will satisfy the Reforma objective requirements and earn your Reforma certificate. The balance of the Reforma objectives can be satisfied by a series of interviews with ALJC leadership and the Reforma facilitator team. The Reforma facilitator team will be guiding you through fulfilling all of these objectives. Some will be written, some will be in the form of an interview, some oral presentations, and some of you have already fulfilled if you have completed all your ministry training classes at World Missions Training Center or online at Apostolic Bible College. Follow this introduction presentation carefully. It will help you become familiar with the Reforma Student Evaluation Preparation documents. First, make sure you download a copy of the Student Evaluation Preparation document. This document explains all you need to do to prepare for your Reforma evaluation and certification. The document contains all 37 of the Reforma objectives, divided into 4 groups: leading like Jesus, handling the Word, reaching and making disciples, and shepherding God's people. Your training at ABC and World Missions Training Center prepared and measured what is in your mind. The Reforma objectives prepare and measure what is in your heart, the measure of your character. This is much harder to measure. I can give you an exam over the book of Acts, see how much you know and what to do with that information. It is much more difficult to measure how you might behave in certain circumstances. Each section will have several objectives. Your student evaluation preparation document will describe each of those objectives and how you will prove to the facilitator team that you can meet each of these objectives. When you have proven to the facilitator team that you are competent in all 37, we will then sign your assessment record and submit it to Reforma. They will then issue a certificate that will be honored by the government of Rwanda and enable you to pastor or minister within the ALJC of Rwanda under the leadership of our pastoral supervisor. Here's an example. Objective 2.2 is introduce 3 books of each type of genre in the Bible by identifying the author, period, purpose, and type of writing. The objective has two parts to fulfill. First, you must view the presentation about this objective. These presentations are on our YouTube channel. Next is a written assignment that you should complete before coming to your evaluation and submit it for grading. Another example is Objective 3.6. Explain how the Bible should relate to and inform culture in their context. Since the facilitator team cannot actually observe this behavior in you, we will conduct an interview on the topic, how you have done this in the past, and how you expect to continue this in the future. A third example is Objective 2.9. Demonstrate the superiority of the biblical worldview to alternative worldviews in your context. This time, you will prepare a short oral presentation that directly addresses this objective. Other objectives require you only to have completed a certain class, such as Objective 2.10. Describe 3 important events, each from a different period in the history of the church. If you have completed the class titled Acts, either at ABC or at World Missions Training Center, you automatically receive credit for this objective. There are other objectives that have a class requirement in addition to other requirements. Be sure to read these carefully so that you don't miss anything. Another type of objective, such as 1.5, apply biblically ethical principles to relationships within the church or ministry, requires you to obtain letters of recommendation from any church elder regarding the qualities found in this objective. Only when you have completed the written work, prepared the oral presentations, and obtained the letters of recommendation should you make an appointment with the facilitator team to spend a couple days at the World Missions Training Center campus for the team to complete your evaluation and either sign and submit your assessment record or ask you to redo an objective. Your attendance at World Missions Training Center does not guarantee that you will meet all your objectives. Your completion of your assessment record and reform certificate does not guarantee you a pastoral position. At the end of the student evaluation preparation document is a useful tool called the Objectives Response Requirements Table. It lists all 37 objectives and the requirements for each. Those requirements are team evaluation, written response, oral presentation, letter of recommendation, group discussion, interview, or class requirement only. The last column on the table is an empty box, so you can check it and keep track of your progress as you complete the requirements for each one. All written, oral presentations, letters of recommendation, and class requirements must be completed before you make your appointment for evaluation. Know and understand that we want you to succeed and meet all the requirements of the ALJC of Rwanda and the government of Rwanda. We want you to be successful pastors and ministers building the kingdom. We are praying for you.